Today I'm starting on exhaust fabrication for the V8. Let's go through the parts that I picked up. I think this is most of what I'll need. There's a few miscellaneous pieces I'll need to pick up later. But to start out, I got the block hugger headers from Summit that are already bolted on. So let's have the header collector that'll come down attached to the downpipe, which I'm going to be making out of this straight piece right here, which I got from the local Napa. Then there's this piece of mandrel bent that I'll need to make the rest of it out of. I got that off of eBay. That'll go into this collector. So we got two and a quarter coming in, which is what all the downpipe material will be. Going into a 2.5 coming out, and they'll go into the cat. I got a real short cat. I got that off of Summit Racing website. And we got some 2.5-inch pipe. I got that from the local auto parts store as well. And it'll go into the muffler, which is in this box, and then into the tailpipe. And like I said, the reason I went with 2.5 is because I found the preformed 2.5-inch tailpipe, which is made by Summit. So they include a muffler and tailpipe in their catback kit. That's 2.5-inch. Stock pipe on a Wrangler is 2.25. So that's basically why I went with the 2.5. This is the start of one of the down pipes. It's going to be coming off the driver's side. I'm going to bolt it to the header. Goes down under the oil pan. It goes almost all the way across at this point. Another 90 will fit up on there. Will end up coming off somewhere about there. Come out to the collector. This is what I came up with for the downpipe coming off the headers. So we have the header reducer flanges here. It's down at 45 here, 90 here. And this is just a little less than 90 right through here. Came into the Y pipe and then straight into the cat. There's an 02 bung that I welded in. Then after the cat, I'm probably going to have a flex pipe. But come over here, this one, it's a little over a 90. I'd say maybe 110 or something like that. And then into a 45 right here. And then right into the Y pipe again. So pretty simple. Took a little bit longer to get together than I had hoped. Ended up having to order more pipe than I thought, but when it came down to it, just needed to start cutting. If I wasn't sure what to do, just start cutting and keep cutting till it fits. Worst case, cut a little too much and weld more on. See, like this section right here could have been avoided if I hadn't cut this so short. Before I paint the exhaust, I'll go over quickly the full setup that I came up with. This is complete from the downpipe all the way to the tailpipe. The headers are currently bolted onto the engine. This is the downpipe that I built. Used some mandrel bent tubing and kind of welded it together and put it into a Y pipe collector, into a cat, into a flex pipe, into the muffler, into the tailpipe. So these are the header collector flanges that came with the headers that I used. You can see this one is the full length, but I ended up cutting this one shorter. So those go into some mandrel bent tubing. This is all 2.25 inch. It comes into the Y pipe. Then I put a bung for an O2 sensor before the cat. Then we got the cat, And I put another header collector flange between the cat, the flex pipe, just for ease of disassembly later on. If I ever remove the exhaust, I'd rather not have to deal with cutting, welding, removing crimp fittings, whatever else. So got one of those there that comes into a flex pipe. Then this piece from here to there, basically from the flange to the muffler, is above the transfer case skid plate. To support that center section of the exhaust, I put a 1/2 inch, I believe it is, rod. I just bought some straight rod and used some heat to bend it, and welded it onto the pipe. And that will go into this piece, which will be bolted to the skid plate. That's an exhaust bushing that came off of an 03 2.4 liter 4-cylinder Wrangler. So that was originally on this plate right here, and that bolted to the bottom of the transmission on the 4-cylinder Wrangler. But I cut that, and that'll just be bolted to the skid plate, and then this rod will slide in right there, and that will support that section. So from the cat back is all 2.5 inch pipe. I believe that's a 1 foot flex pipe that I used. We have a tailpipe, a pre-bent tailpipe that I got from Summit Racing that came with this muffler. That's also 2.5 inch pipe. Hoping the muffler won't be too loud. If it is, I'll remove it and put something quieter. With that in mind, I'll be using these band clamps to install the muffler, just in case I do want to remove it. Again, for ease of removal. I did have to tweak the hangers on the Summit pipe a little bit. You can tell this one's a little bent. It was straight up and down before when I got the pipe. That one I also had to bend a little in the same direction to get the axle centered under the hoop in the pipe. For most people, I'd probably recommend just going to an exhaust shop, paying the money to have it done. But as far as I know, exhaust shops weld underneath the vehicle, and when you weld, the weld spatters, and I didn't want that eating through any of the paint under the Jeep. So this is what I've got to work with now.